Hello, my name is Kevin Markley, and this is my video for my end of class project in Psych 1, talking about anything psychologically I want to. So let's jump into the PowerPoint. The topic I decided to talk about was the physical and mental sexual development in children, extending through puberty. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is this little girl right here is my daughter, and these are all my nieces and nephews, and they kind of span a range of 1 to almost 8 now. And my daughter, I kind of wanted to know what was normal, what was abnormal, and what to expect as she's growing in this, when it was appropriate to talk about certain things, what was appropriate, what she understood. So I kind of chose that as my topic of research. Again, my name is Kevin Markley. This is my Psych 1 end of class project. So what I really decided to do is kind of stick to the standard groupings that psychologists today have developed for development. In my paper, I gave a brief history of some of the psychological developments, Freud, some other people, but for this one I'm just going to kind of stick to what people are talking about today. So for that first group, we are going to talk about from birth through the age of 2, and as you can see, this is my daughter on the day that she was born. She's cute, right? So, since the earliest period of our life was pre-verbal, everything depended on emotional interaction. Without someone to reflect our emotions, we had no way of knowing who we were. John Bradshaw. And what I decided to do was kind of break it up into 2 groups. So we've got changes in the mind and body, and kind of common behaviors that we'll see during this time. So, from birth, actually before birth, we are typically either born as male, XY chromosome, or female, XX chromosome. And I understand, there's intersexed people, there's other classifications, but the majority of people are born this way. So we'll just kind of assume that as we go. Something I found very interesting is that some males can have erections in utero and are born with erections. I thought that was just kind of an interesting little tidbit, but it also shows that the body of young males are capable of doing that. The most important thing at this stage, though, is mentally, children are learning about love, and they learn about love through their interaction with their parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, and it's about touch and nurturing and hugging and loving, and that's how they first get their understanding of being loved. Mentally, children of this age begin to understand gender differences, not in the common way that you and I understand them, but they know mommy gives milk and daddy doesn't give milk. My daughter, again, 18 months old now, calls every boy dada or grandpa, and calls every girl mama or nani. She doesn't quite understand the differences, but she knows there's difference. Common behaviors that we'll see, very common curiosity about their bodies, and including their genitals. Very little or no inhibitions about nudity. If you've ever been around a 2-year-old, you know that they prefer to be naked. And some children will focus on genitals and continually try to touch them. This is my daughter. Every time we change her diaper, her hands, her toys, whatever she's holding at that moment, drop down to her genitals. She's trying to figure out what they are. And it's not uncommon that some children will masturbate and can even orgasm, even though there's no actual ejaculate at this time. The next age group is ages 2 through 5. I thought this quote was hilarious. Mommy, I know you have to wear a shirt so you can cover up your milk makers. Greta, age 3. Changes in the mind and body of the 2 through 5. So children at this age really start to understand the body parts, and they start to understand the primary uses of body parts, including their privates. They're going through potty training usually at this time, so they're understanding what those are meant for. They start getting a more firm understanding of the differences in gender, and they really start understanding About privacy, it's not uncommon for a child at this age to ask for privacy when they're going to the bathroom, and personal space. Common behaviors, again, there's occasional masturbation. Children of this age will play doctor, consensual and playful exploration with children of the same age. They become very curious and may ask questions like, where do babies come from? And as you know, if you've ever been around a 5-year-old, the curiosity does not stop there. They're curious about everything, including adult bodies. They may ask, want to touch women's breasts, may ask about hair on daddy's body. Age 5 through 8. The most important period of life is not the age of university studies, but the first one, the period from birth to the age of 6. Maria Montessori. So in this age group, the changes that we see is a much more clear understanding of the differences between genders, including the gender roles in society. So boys will typically want to do boy things, play sports, shoot guns, kind of do that, and girls will typically want to do girl things, be a princess, dance. This isn't always the case, but this is kind of what's the norm. And children at this age will understand sexual identity more clearly and may even start developing their own. Common behaviors of children of this age, masturbation may occur, but typically in private. Sex play may occur. They may act out stuff, and exploration of sexual identity may occur. A less used one is the use of slang words or potty humor. The great song When You're Sliding Into First and You Feel a Sudden Burst is very common for this age group. And finally, age 9 through the end of puberty, and since none of my nieces and nephews were that age, I put a picture of myself in all my awesome glory. Puberty is the sickest joke God plays on us. So you're just noticing members of the sex, girls, ooh, natural, you want to look your best, and God says, no, you will have to look the worst you've ever looked in your life. Eddie Izzard. For this one, I broke it up into girls and boys because we kind of see it different. So the changes in the mind and body, puberty begins at menstruation for girls, which is, their periods. They start developing breasts. They grow hair in their pubic, legs, and underarms. You see physical growth, and their sweat glands are activated. Common behaviors, masturbation may occur in private. Sex that can lead to pregnancy occurs. Sleep patterns change. They become moody and or aggressive, and PMS symptoms. For boys, we see a growth of testicular and of the penis. Boys now have erections that can lead to orgasms with ejaculate. They also have growth in the pubic area, legs, underarms, and face. We see a mass physical growth at this time. We see a deepening of the voice, and sweat glands are activated. Common behaviors, masturbation may occur, but again, usually in private. Sex that leads to pregnancy can occur. Sleep patterns change. They start to push their boundaries of adulthood. They really start trying to figure out who they are. They become more moody or aggressive as testosterone is released, and boys will think about and fantasize about sex greatly. They also become very clumsy at this age because their body is growing faster than they're used to. Well, there it is. Thank you very much.